What is it?
Mr. President.
Yeah, what?
Mr. Bigby, Mississippi Herald.
Sit down. Yeah, what is it?
Mrs. Fenton Carlton Macker, Christian Women's News. Mr. President, since you've become president, you've been seen and photographed on the arms of white women. Quite frankly, sir, you've been courting an awful lot of white women. Will this continue?
As long as I can keep it up.
Welcome to News from Edgemont. I am Donovan, as you know, and that song was by a band of the 80s called Dramarama, and the song was called Anything, Anything, which is a fitting theme for our city council and Emperor Ito Benvizi, because every time he asks for something, he gets anything he wants. It's Saturday night, and I wasn't going to do a video, but I had to do a video real quick because, I mean, just when I think it couldn't get any worse, it just keeps going there. It just keeps going there. Now, I pattern myself as a rational person. I think I'm very rational. I'm college educated. Locally, I'm from here, raised, been here a long time, 39 years. So I've watched, seen, witnessed, and kind of have an idea of how this city flows. But this council has gone to a new low. We elected in this district a council person who is supposed to put a stop to Highland Fairview and Ito Benvizi and, and get us in the right direction. And it just seems that these people they get on that council and they just do what they think is best. They don't care about what we had to say. And of course, this happens when you keep electing your friends and buddies and, people that, that totally aren't qualified for the job or not up to the task. Yeah, she was on the PTA and yeah, she's done this and she's been here 20 something years, but she doesn't seem to be voting for what the constituents want. Now, we have a upcoming police budget crisis. And as everybody knows, I'm a military person and I'm not a war hawk, don't get me wrong. I'm not a war hawk by any sense of the imagination. But I am one in support of the police department, because if we don't have a strong police department, we have anarchy. Then the military does have to come in and step in and declare martial law, and then you have no rights whatsoever. And I just don't get it. I just don't get it. We don't have any money to pay crossing guards. We don't have any money for street repair, but we have $4 million to give to a developer to develop low-end housing. What is more important? Everybody, it doesn't matter what district you're in, is complaining about the crime, and you see it on all the different blogs. Moreno Valley Matters, which is a blog I don't really go to a lot, but I do go. And that's all you hear and you see on there is my car was stolen last night in front of their house. Chief Al Taveras, I'm a big supporter of the Moreno Valley Police Department and the Riverside County Sheriffs. The budget, public safety budget is going to be busted in 3 years, but we never have money for our police department. And we're doing a survey with other cities to see what we can do about forming our own group police department, which is going to cost us more than what we're already dealing with right now. But see, that goes back to show you what I've been telling people. Moreno Valley has money. There's no doubt about that. I mean, we're going to give that money up, because if we didn't have money, why is it that the majority of all the department heads do not live in this city? And they wouldn't be here if the money wasn't that good. And just like Jane Halstead, I like Jane, very nice lady, But they're going to stay here until they find something better that makes them even more money. Because you can't tell me she left to take less money. But that's, her own private business, whatever. But I'm just saying, 6-figure salaries? Even the assistant city manager makes 6 figures. But we have $4 million to give to a developer to make low-end homes, housing. And we have no money for our police department. There's no money to pay crossing guards, which we've been doing for a very, very long time. We get all this negative press, and yet it's a selective thing that we do. $4 million, you're just going to give it to a developer, but we have no youth center. Is any of our council members even worrying about the youth center? The senior center needs an upgrade. I think it does. Needs a new area. It just needs an upgrade. And then they wonder why Moreno Valley is a joke. And I sit out here time and time. I mean, I would like to go and play pool today. That was my plan, to go shoot some pool. But I just can't believe what's going on. I mean, it's just one thing after another. It just doesn't stop. And we as citizens just sit here and take it. Okay, I'll pay the fine. Even though I know I was innocent, it's just easier just to go ahead and pay. Just take my money. Here, just rob me illegally. I'll just go ahead and just rob me. And that's the way I feel about it. It's just, haven't heard any reports from our council person in over a year. And then when you question them in regards to projects that were approved over a year ago, they try to talk down to you. At least that's the way I took it. Because I would never go to my boss and say, how dare you email me and question me about the job you told me to do? How dare you? I would never do that. I would get my boss the timely report on time and respectfully. Because I know I'm doing the best job that I can do. Because it seems to me you only react like that when people have caught you sleeping at the wheel. I know everybody's saying, why are you on this thing about Miss Jimson? I'm on this thing about Miss Jimson because I'm trying to show you we keep voting the same people with different faces. I don't know what I'm going to have to do to show you the difference here. There's a big difference here. When both sides of a coin start attacking a certain individual, that tells you there's something going on there. They're afraid of that individual. Maybe they're afraid of that individual might expose them. The Millie Bailey video went up, the intro video. I haven't even put the whole interview out yet. And I've been getting emails and offers and what will it take, Donovan? What did she say? Before you go out, could we, see what she said? Why are they so worried about what Miss Bailey has to say? She's a candidate for District 3. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? But yet we vote the same people. The WLC wars didn't see any of these people fighting or have an opinion or anything, but we're going to vote somebody who was never there into office. That's what we do here in Moreno Valley. We have no money to help the homeless. We have no money to help our own citizens unless we tax them to death. But we can give $4 million for a developer to bring in low-income housing. Low-income housing. $4 million. Here you go. No money for our police department. I wonder what $4 million could do for our police department. Nobody's thinking about the public crossing guards. I'm just adding it all together. We have no money for crossing guards. We have no money for the police budget. We have no money for this. We have no money for that. But then Rancho Belago Development comes in. Here's $4 million to develop low-end housing. Not high-end housing, low-end housing. Low-end housing attracts low-end housing. Senior housing, that's fine too. But, fixed income housing, I understand that too. But we're going to give a developer $4 million for low-end housing, but we can't give a dime to Edgemont Water, Box Springs Water Company, to help them. Not a dime. They have to go through the rigmarole and all that stuff. Like I said, I'm just looking at it and it's just, we better wake up, people. 2016 is here, so we need to wake up. I'm Donovan Sadiq. This has been a quick update. 10 minutes is quick, I guess, but we need to wake up. That's all I got to say.